Have I got a treat for you today? So this one's called Transition, and it's a lovely play with these colours. And here's a little peep to see how the blowout goes. So it's a Dutch pour today. So I'm just going to speed up this part as I spread the black onto the canvas. I'm making a nice wave across the canvas because I'd like the flow of the paints to be encouraged in that direction. So what I'm doing now is I'm back to my nice thin base colour, which is 50% varnish, 50% medium gloss Liquitex and 50% paint. And the paints that I'm using today are all by Pebeo. We've got the gold, we've got the iridescent blue-green, we've got the iridescent green-blue, and we've got titanium white. I haven't done a split base like this with black and white for a long time, and I just love how the contrast shows so well with these different colours, and only using a few colours I think it has more of an impact on this particular composition. So here is the Pebeo blue-green. I got a little bit of white in between. I did actually put in some silver and some gold. So what I'm going to do now is surround the Pebeo blue-green and green-blue with the white, put a little bit through it as you saw, and then put a little bit of black around the outside. So I'm now blowing out, and the green blue and the blue and green together are just marrying up so well. I have a feeling with this painting that I might actually use another technique just to finish it off. And I'm finding that the hairdryer, the way that you turn it, you can have so much manipulation of the paint depending on whether you blow, how far away from the paint you blow, whether you turn it on its angle, or whether you blow upside down. Experimenting with it has completely different outcomes each time. So there's a bit of a wave forming here, isn't there? I'm now going to just turn it around a bit, see what happens, let the paint spread a little bit more, and I'm beginning to see some cells activating. Oh, these paints are mixing so well together. So I just want to make sure that the canvas is level. I had a real time the other day when I did this beautiful composition, and I put it to dry in the usual place. I didn't realise that literally a small lolly stick was underneath one edge, and it didn't completely run off, but the colours and the paints tilted very slightly and obscured the whole painting. I had to scrape it. So I'm starting again here, and that's the thing, you know, giving yourself a bit of space when something like that happens, coming back to it really helps. So I'm using a cell activator here with Amsterdam white, titanium white, and I'm dipping my spatula in that and just simply swiping across the canvas, lightly picking up the paints as I go. I'm really enjoying that interaction there. Oh, the way it's falling off the edge of the canvas as well, I'll show you in a minute. There's another little swipe. It's picking up the golds and almost a light turquoise that's been made from the green blue and the white mixed together. I'm just putting a bit more white on there because I'd like to have a bit more negative space on the white side. There we go. That feels a bit more balanced now. You should see how the golds are interacting with the turquoise. I keep calling it turquoise. I know it's Pebeo green blue and blue green, but it is a turquoise really. That's what it makes together. And can you see how the different blues, when mixed with white, has such a ethereal light result, whereas when it's mixed in the black, it comes out completely differently. Just have a little look. I'll give you a close-up towards the end, and you can just see just how different that effect is just by having a split base. It's almost like having two different paintings in one. That's why I love calling it transition, because it feels like the dark to the light and everything in between. Can you see what a different effect it has now as I go for the black side of the painting? I've moved all the way through the blues and the cells are popping up majestically. Really beautiful. Quite happy with it so far. What do you think? How do you enjoy swiping? How brave do you feel when you're swiping white through black? Can you see that really lovely effect there? So delicate, very gentle, very subtle. In fact, as I'm doing this painting now, I'm just noticing how I would actually like just to have a black background and just put white and gold through it. There's so many possibilities, aren't there, of what paints you can mix together. I'd love to hear what colours you want to put together soon with your next painting. And you might have noticed just then I was doing a swipe in the middle of some blue or light green as it appears here, and I'm literally adding a lot more white because I'm trying to have that stark contrast and get some balance as well. So I'm really loving how it's just dripping off now. Can you see the thickness of the canvas and how when the paint drips down the side you can just see it just gives it a different dimension altogether. I do love doing, you know, paintings on normal canvases, but the deep edge base, oh, it just wins every time. Okay, so I'm just getting all the air bubbles out. It's so important to pop those air bubbles, and you tend to get less air bubbles when the paint is a bit thinner, and also when it's been left to sit for a while. After a while it will become habit if it hasn't already. I'll just leave you a while now while you watch the rest of the painting just coming together, and stick around for the dry and glossed result today. what do you think of this one? So I'm just having some finishing touches here, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for your support, so much for being here. For me, it's the process and sharing the process with others, so it gives me so much joy to share today. And I love visiting and watching all the other processes of those artists that I'm subscribed to too. So stay with me and let's have a look at the dried version here. Here we go. It's on the wall. And here's a close-up. This is 4 coats of gloss varnish by Liquitex mixed with 50% water. Stunning. And you just apply it with a piece of cotton sheet. That's what works well for me. It's nice and light. See you soon, I hope. Happy painting. Thank you.